Good morning, family, and welcome to what I'm calling the routine. This is Dr. B, and for the next 365 days, we're going to do this together. And we're not going to do it perfectly, but we are going to do it consistently. You know, we all talk about wanting a routine. We talk about discipline, consistency, faith, growth, but most of us don't actually have a routine that we can return to every single day. This isn't going to be me teaching you from the outside. This is me committing to becoming with you. So if you hang with me for 30 days, you'll build a powerful habit. If you hang with me for 90 days, it will change your life. But if you hang with me for all 365 days, your life will never be the same. And that, my friend, is a complete promise. As people who want to live their best lives, we need to be intentional. No, we have to be intentional. And for the next 365 days, if you join me, this is how we will start our day. We will wake up on purpose. We will protect our focus. We will not be distracted by opening our phones, devices, TV, computers, etc. until we are done here. We will hydrate immediately. We will create stillness through our breathing. We will work on our connection and our identity through a short devotional. We will focus on our gratitude. We will set our intention for the day. We will plan to make a connection with somebody this day. We will make and keep at least one promise to ourselves. And at some point today, we will move our body, not together, but you can do exercise, you can get it done. So now listen, if you're just finding us today, whether it's day 1 or day 200, you're right on time. These days don't build on each other, but each one stands on its own, and it's about consistency. And I understand because of the time zone, we're doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time, but whatever, you might have kids, you might have work and a real life. You may not always be able to join us live, and that's okay. If you need to, you can always watch the recording from the day before and do this routine earlier in your day if that's what it takes. It's live is obviously more powerful, but the recording still works. And that's what matters, is that you spend this time intentionally. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up. Welcome to the routine. Let's become together. And if you need more information, just go ahead and go to routine.live. Now let's go. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What an amazing, awesome, just incredible day today. It is today. If you're trying to get on, I apologize. The technology, just my computer restarted, and then there's nothing I could do but put it back up and get it ready to go. But we are part of our day today, and we are going to just enjoy it. I can't wait to do the devotion this morning and the things we do this morning because, oh my gosh, it's such a great lesson. And so, again, apologize for technology and starting a little bit late, but it just happened to happen. So, but this is the day. Let's calm down. Let's start out with our breathing and having our breathing direct our day. And so go ahead and take a big deep breath in. Big belly breath. Second one. Third one. Yeah. One. So need to think we're 92 days into this and we're still starting our day and starting it on purpose. Breathe in. Not being distracted by our phones, our devices, computers, all the things that the world's noise. able to breathe in, drink our water. I saw somebody's explaining to me about bacteria through sleeping and washing our mouth out first before we drink our breath, I guess, instead of the bacteria going into your gut. Say drink a little small glass of water and put half a teaspoon of salt in it and kind of gargle it for 10 seconds. I know something my grandparents used to do, but before you drink your first water. It's just so nice to create stillness through our breathing. Breathe in. Just knowing all the chaos of getting this to work this morning and my blood pressure going up and trying to hurry to get it done. And it working, finally. Now to just kind of reset and get ready for what I know is going to be a great devotional this morning. 3 more. What are you focused on today? What are you focused on today? What is your gratitude? What do you think? You already set your intention today. 2 more. Breathe in. We're going to affirm our day for sure. I don't have to run anywhere this morning like I did the last 2 days. So excited about taking our time and getting everything in today. Last one. Who do you plan on making your connection with today? Several people that I haven't met today that I get to be part of, and people that I have appointments with that I've known for a long time. All right, let's grab our water. Let's drink up. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's move into, let me just put this on the screen here. We're going to share our screen. Make sure that, there we go. We are ready for today, day 92. On the screen, I'm going to put myself in the bottom corner here, just so you can see most of it while we're going. All right. So, title today is Thoughts Become Patterns. Thoughts Become Patterns. And we're working on day 2 of how our mind works. We're going to talk about the science of it a little bit, as well as some things that we can do to make sure that our brains are working the way that we've intended to, and the way that God has designed them to be able to do. So the verse is take every thought captive. Take every thought captive. In 2 Corinthians 10:5, we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. God, teach me to recognize my patterns and what I allow to come into my mind. Repeated thoughts don't stay thoughts, they become patterns, and then patterns shape what our identity is. Yesterday I talked about if you were to say to yourself every day, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good. Those same thoughts that we're talking about don't just continue to say thought, it's a pattern. And now, because we'll talk about it later this week, our reticular activating system that goes out and finds the things that we say that will then contribute to our belief system. And so when we think about the belief system of if I start a pattern in my mind of what I am, and that's why we do our affirmations, then our mind actually goes out and finds ways to confirm those thoughts. And if those thoughts are negative thoughts, or those thoughts don't serve us in any way, our brain still goes out because it can only know what you tell it to know. It goes out and finds. So if you say, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good, and then your brain now thinks that's a pattern. Now everything that's not good, or everything that you're not good at, or everything you make a mistake at, now you reaffirm that I'm no good. and you keep that pattern, and then that shapes your identity, and your identity ultimately becomes and says, I'm no good. Now, on the same token, you say those same thoughts and say, hey, I'm amazing, I'm amazing, I'm amazing, I'm amazing. Now your brain goes out and it looks for ways that you are amazing. And every time you do something that's amazing, every time that you go out and you serve somebody, every time that you do something that is that good, now that pattern has been formed, and your identity is your belief that you're amazing. Some people that, that's, a part of our sickness and part of our body not staying healthy is the things that we say about our body. Not only just the things we put in our body, but our mind's belief about our body. If you say that you're hurting all the time, all this hurts, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts, all of a sudden your brain looks for every time your body, my knee hurts, my knee hurts, my knee hurts. Now every time your knee just does a little bit and shoots a little bit of, that reaffirms it. And all of a sudden now you have pain that you cannot stop concentrating on. And there's other ways as our minds begin our thoughts. Hey, I'm doing the things that make my name, and part of even taking some medicine. And I'm not saying that like when you take a Tylenol or you take a Advil or you take some ibuprofen, the things that you're taking into your body, I'm not saying they don't work, but they work better when your mind says, oh, I only need, after I take this 20 minutes later, I feel great. 20 minutes later, I feel great. That pattern becomes the identity. In 20 minutes, the feel actually starts working. Or have you ever heard somebody say this stuff never works, but I take it anyways? This stuff never works. Because it does work a little bit because it's designed for the chemicals that are in your body to be able to do some stuff. But then they no matter what, it'll never work because they believe it doesn't work. So repeated thoughts don't stay thoughts. They become patterns, and patterns shape identity. Someone who consistently thinks I'm behind begins to act with the purpose. I'm always late. Have you ever heard somebody say that? I'm always late, I'm always late, I'm always late. And then all of a sudden, if their goal is not to be late, but they always say that they're late, they're going to be late. Because their mind, that pattern, that identity is who they are. Right? So the story, there was a time when I didn't realize how often certain thoughts were running in the background of my mind. They weren't loud, but they were consistent thoughts like, you should be further along. You ever said that to yourself? Oh my gosh, it's a terrible thing to say. Because you can never catch up, right? If you're always saying, I should be further along, you're speaking into existence that somehow where you are right now, you feel like I'm not, I should be. And what are you usually doing? You are comparing to somebody else who has a whole different set of circumstances. So instead of saying I'm further along than I believe I should be even, or I'm so blessed and so grateful for my life, you're always thinking there's something that you can never catch up to. So if that's something that you're saying to your mind, and that's a thought I should be further along, take it out of your thought process, right? You're not doing enough is another one I say. You're over and over and over. Those thoughts started shaping how I showed up. And I used to say that I should be further along. I felt rushed, I felt pressured, never satisfied. When I finally slowed down enough to hear what I was telling myself, it was so eye-opening. Those thoughts were not true, but I had practiced them so long that they felt real. Awareness changed everything. And now I never say that to myself, I should be further along. No. I should be right where I'm supposed to be in order for God to do exactly what he wants to do in my life, right? One of our affirmations, I am right where I am supposed to be, knowing that God is going to do whatever he needs to do for me. And we'll have that in our affirmation today, right? So the mind insight here is your brain uses something called automaticity, all right? Automaticity. It tries to make repeated thoughts automatic to conserve energy. Like our brain is using all the energy for our day, and my mind is so tired because it keeps thinking all day long, right? So it tries to automate, just like we try to do in our systems, like you see robots do. When you think of automation, you think of do. Well, the thoughts you have in your mind, your brain is the best automator of all time. The brain that God gave us, the brain that he created us with, knows how to make things automatic. When have you ever thought about making your heart beat? When have you ever thought of making your lungs breathe? When have you ever thought of your skin and everything else in your systems that you have to do something to make them work? And they don't just work well for a day. Years and years and years, I've never thought about trying to make my heart beat. Not once have I ever had to do it. So your brain knows how to do things automatically. So it tries to make repeated thoughts automatic to conserve its energy. That means you think something enough times, your brain stops questioning it and it starts accepting it as the default truth. This is why unchallenged thoughts become beliefs. Capturing a thought interrupts that automatic loop and gives you a chance to choose differently. So you have the ability to change it. We just have to be so careful and guard our minds with what is going into it and what we're saying to ourselves. And not only just our self-talk, what do we allow into our minds? Maybe some unconsciously, like, the patterns and the habits that you create. And maybe it's some of the music that you listen to and the words that they're saying and the things that are going on. All that goes in, your brain processes it. And then it has an automatic thought of what we're going to do. So the invitation today is, what thoughts have you been repeating without realizing it? So today I just want you to start thinking as you go through your day and something comes up and you say something to yourself, what thought could you replace it with? And then we need to begin to replace it. And that's why our affirmations are so important. That's why I got to say every single morning, I walk in the favor of God. That's why we say every morning, we will not settle for things. That's why we say every morning, oh my gosh, I keep the promises that I make to myself. Because somewhere along the line, if we didn't make those promises, oh my gosh, I guess you guys are getting it. I'm so excited about this thought process and this lessons that we're going through on a daily basis. So the invitation is, what thought have you been repeating without realizing it? And then practice, write down one repeated thought to notice today so that we can begin to change it. Lord, help me to become aware of my patterns, because my thoughts turned into patterns, and my patterns became into beliefs. My beliefs became my identity, and no longer do we want the same identity. We are trying to grow. That's why we are on, we set a foundation for 90 days of what does it mean to be together and in community. Now we're jumping into, what do I need to do to change my identity? So excited about where we're going. So the short prayer today, Lord, help me become aware of my patterns. And in the blessing for today, may awareness lead to transformation. May awareness lead to translation. Some questions to think about. Do you think repeated thoughts eventually become beliefs? And I hope the answer is yes there. What kind of thoughts do people repeat without noticing? So you can think about other folks then, but I want you to think about what you're saying to yourself. And why is awareness the first step into change? Why is awareness the first step into change? And I would say it has to do with that automatic thing, automaticity that we do, and making sure we keep it auto. I'm so good at just making up stuff. So here we go. So I'm gonna put these questions in the comments. We're gonna do them. Thank you, Jose. Glad that you were able to get on today. That's just cool. All right. So for the rest of now, we're gonna jump into our breathing one more time. So let me stop our share, remove our share for a second. And let's jump into the nose, out the mouth. We're going to do 10 of these. 2, 3. And then 4. 5. 6. 8. 9. 1 last one. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's drink our second glass of water. That's so cool to learn how the brain works. And that's why we are going to talk about gratitude this morning. And so as I put on, our gratitude video. And the only reason I'm putting on this video is because I don't want you to just watch me read my gratitude for the morning. I want you to think about your gratitude. I want you to think about what you are so thankful for. If you have an attitude of gratitude, so I have an attitude of gratitude and I'm flying high. I'm thinking about what I am so thankful for. And so as we go through this, I want you to truly think, what am I thankful for? Why is my life any different than others that are there? And in the comparison, all the comparison is, you don't compare to other people's life. You're just comparing to what God has given you and just being so thankful for it. And so whether you're writing down things that you're thankful for, you're thinking in your mind what you're thankful for, I would say it out loud as we go through this week in our devotions. You're going to understand how important it is to say things out loud and not just to say things in your head. But as I read my gratitude, I just want you to think: are these some of the things that you're grateful for as well? Thank you, God, that I woke up today. Thank you for my breath in my lungs, strength in my body, clarity in my mind, and steadiness in my nervous system. Thank you for the heart beating faithfully, my brain processing with focus, my muscles supporting movement, and my body renewing itself day by day. Thank you for helping me to understand that my health is a function for everything I'm called to do. Thank you for guiding me to stay disciplined in how I move, how I eat, how I rest, how I think. I'm so thankful for the health and the capacity you've given me, how I can strengthen my daily habits and so I can operate at a higher level physically and mentally. I'm so thankful that I can understand how my mind works and understand that the things that I say and the thoughts that I put into my mind that are from you are ones that are there to edify me and to move me forward and to help me grow. I'm thankful for being able to understand it. I thank you for the scientists who put it all together, that we're able to figure it out so that I can know that if I just make these simple changes in my life gets better and better. I'm deeply thankful for my family, my wife, my children, my parents, my grandkids, my in-laws, my cousins, my the folks that are on here, the folks that I get to talk to on a daily basis, the people that are in my sphere of influence. I'm so very thankful. I'm thankful for those relationships that bring love, accountability, and purpose into my life. I'm thankful for the trust that continues to grow through my consistency. I'm so thankful for provision, a provision in my life for the home, my food, my transportation, my safety, and the structures that support my life. Thank you for the stability that allows me to move forward and to focus. Thank you for helping me to see that provision is preparation. Everything I have today is equipping me for what God has in store and ahead for me. I'm thankful for my finances. I'm grateful that the financial provisions and opportunity, the ability to earn, to manage, to build, to give. Thank you for the lessons that grow and the opportunities that continue to shape my awareness. I'm thankful for helping me to remain disciplined and focused for the long term, a vision for the long term vision of where I want to go instead of the short term decisions that can sometimes mess up my life. I'm thankful for you guiding me to act with wisdom and the wisdom that you allow me to have and the people that you put in my life that allow me to have that wisdom. I'm so thankful for the financial opportunities that continue to come my way. I am thankful that I get to live with purpose and direction. Thank you that my life carries meaning and my consistency is building influence over time. I'm thankful for helping me understand that the purpose is lived daily through alignment, discipline, obedience. Thank you for guiding me to stay focused and intentional. I'm thankful for the purpose you've placed in my life and how I can demonstrate that purpose clearly is a thought, my actions, my words, my decisions that I make today. I thank you for this day. I thank you for helping me wake up. I thank you that the computer didn't work right first thing in the morning. I'm just thankful to be alive. And I hope you are and you found some things to be thankful for as well as we move now in today, tomorrow, and for the rest of our lives. So today and tomorrow we talked about, in our devotions, the things we put into our minds. So dear Lord, give me the wisdom, and let me put this up. Let me make sure I add it to here, and that here we go. I want to put myself over. Oh, why is it not showing up here? I'm sorry. Let me remove it and put it back up. Add to stage. There we go. All right. All right. Today, tomorrow, for the rest of my life. Dear Lord, give me the wisdom to do the things you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serves others. I walk in the favor of God in my health. I walk in the favor of God in my finances. I walk in the favor of God in my business. I walk in the favor of God in my marriage. And I hope you're saying these with me and you're saying them out loud. I walk in the favor of God in my key relationships. I walk in the favor of God in my ministry. I walk in the favor of God with my children. I walk in the favor of God with my grandchildren. I walk in the favor of God in my debt elimination. I walk in the favor of God with my credit and creditors. I walk in the favor of God with my loans and applications. I walk in the favor of God in my service to others. I walk in the favor of God with my leaders. I walk in the favor of God with my investors. I walk in the favor of God with my mentors and coaches. I walk in the favor of God with my new projects. I walk in the favor of God with my team. I walk in the favor of God with those who work for me and with me this day, paid or volunteer. Today and every day, I'll walk in the favor of God, talk in the favor of God, and operate in the favor of God. The favor of God in my life changes for me rules, regulations, and policies. It surrounds me. It covers those who are close to me. It is in every area of my life for the rest of my life. This day, I expect favor. I live favor. I anticipate favor. The time for favor is now, right now. And oh Lord, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hands be with me and keep me from harm so that I will be free from pain. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump into our affirmations right now. And so hopefully you're saying these with me out loud as we say them every day. And now we're 93 days, and these things pop up every day in my life. And I hope they're popping up in your life as well. So I am becoming the person my future requires. When we think about our thoughts and our devotion that we just did, what thought are you saying by saying, I am becoming the person my future requires? What did your brain go find to be able to do? I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I attract unlimited wealth because I give extraordinary value. I attract unlimited wealth because I give extraordinary value. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I protect my focus and guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I choose discipline as an act of self-respect. I choose discipline as an act of self-respect. I choose discipline as an act of self-respect. I am healthy. My body is continuously healing and strengthening itself. I choose foods, movement, and habits that give me life, energy, and vitality. I am healthy. My body is continuously healing and strengthening itself. I choose foods, movement, and habits that give me life, energy, and vitality. I am healthy. My body is continuously healing and strengthening itself. I choose foods, movements, and habits that give me life, energy, and vitality. I am healthy. My body is continuously healing and strengthening itself. I choose foods, movement, and habits that give me life, energy, and vitality. I speak life to myself and to others. I am a master at being present. I speak life to myself and to others. I am a master at being present. I speak life to myself and to others. I am a master at being present. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I take responsibility for who I'm becoming. I take responsibility for who I'm becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I am supposed to be. We talked about that in our devotion this morning. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. Everything works out for me because I direct my thoughts. Everything works out for me because I refuse drifting distractions. And everything works out for me because that is the person that I have become. Everything works out for me because I direct my thoughts. Everything works out for me because I refuse drifting distractions. And everything works out for me because that is the person I have become. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. And if we go to our word today, we haven't done a word for a while, for the last 2 days anyway. So today we are going to do a word for today. If I can get the word up, but again, I had my computer issues this morning, so that is why I am. Where's our word? Here we go. So let's the word for today. We'll get rid of the day because we are not on this day. It is elevation. Elevation. The name of my church that I go to is Elevation. Oh, and it is such a great word for the day. Elevation meaning elevation is rising and lifting others. I like when we think about lifting others and the meaning. It's not just rising like you're just elevating in, like the elevation here in Denver is 5280, which means it's a mile high, right? That's how high we are above where sea level is, as the terrain of the ground is, molten rocks that keep us above the water. But what we're talking about here is rising and lifting others. We're rising, we're elevating ourselves by having others come along with us, right? True elevation isn't stepping over people, it's pulling them up at the highest growth I've experienced the highest growth I've experienced came when I focused on helping others to grow too. We are a team, we do it together. So when you think about making your connection today, you think about how am I going to elevate other folks in the same way. When we talk about our devotion today and we talk about the thoughts and the things that we say, if the things that we're saying to ourselves elevate us, then we can go back and pull that up and pull others up with us. So what a great word to think about. It's elevation. How in my world am I going to lift up others in the things that I do by the ways I do? So now I think about the connection I'm going to make today. Who can you help move forward today? Extend a hand, lift somebody up, grab them and pull them up. I love that picture that's always in the shadow that shows somebody hanging off a cliff and another guy has their hand out and they're helping them move up. They're elevating. And you can't elevate yourself, in my mind, without serving and elevating others. So what an amazing word. Who can you help move forward today? Extend that hand. Choose one conversation today to be fully present in 100%. Put your phone down, eyes up, distractions, fully present, because we are a master we're a master being present, right, by lifting others up. All right, so promise you today in your promise book, right now, whatever the promise is going to be, maybe I would say today, create an opportunity for someone else, create an opportunity for someone else, create an opportunity for someone else. Make whatever that promise is today, write it down, say it out loud, do it before you go to bed, and then make sure tomorrow in your promise book that you check it out. And then we'll start a whole new one tomorrow. I guess we're cheating because you'll see tomorrow's day will actually be legacy, and so we'll jump that into tomorrow. But today, the word was elevation. All right, so as we finish up today, we're going to jump into I will not settle. And so we'll move this to this music here. Heavenly Father, I make up my mind today, I will experience your best for my life. I will not settle for small living or small expectations. I will not settle for things getting worse in my life. Things are getting better for me. Everything in my life is getting better and better. I will not settle for my past holding me back from my future. You have destined me for greatness, so I will not settle for a mediocre life. I choose to receive your blessings. I let go of small expectations. I choose to receive what you have already done for me. I expect goodness and mercy to follow me all the days of my life. I choose today to think big and to renew my mind to heaven's way of thinking. I will speak to my mountains and they will move. My family and my descendants will be blessed. I will possess the land. I will use big language because you are big language. I will ask big. I will seek big. I will dream big. I will never stop envisioning a better life and dreaming about a better life. My family being better, my health being better, my purpose being better, and my emotions being better, my mind being better, and my finances being better. I refuse to settle for a life that is getting worse. I embrace a life that is getting brighter and brighter, better and better, stronger and stronger, from glory to glory every day until the day of your return. I give up small thinking and expect good things to happen to me every day of my life. I agree with your way of looking at things. I decide to think bigger every day, and I will continue to ask for what you said I could ask for, those desires of my heart. I accept the visions and the dreams that the Holy Spirit has placed within me. I will not be limited by any ceiling, any roof, any wall, any barrier, or any limitations others place on me, like age, race, color, education, or gender, or anything else others say I am. Nothing will limit me because you are an unlimited God and you live inside of me. I stand on knowing that you are able to do immeasurably, abundantly above all that I can ask or imagine, according to your power that works within me. Today I get rid of a small God and small expectations, and I begin to dream bigger dreams, my wildest dreams, believing that you will do exceedingly beyond all of them. In your precious name, amen, amen, and amen. And so as we move into our video that we just kind of watch every day, because it inspires me, and that's why I created it, and hopefully inspires you. But before we do, I just want to say you are God's greatest gift. He loves you if you allow him to. Let him wrap his arms around you today and love on you in ways that you can't even imagine. You are born for greatness. The greatness that is inside of you needs to ooze out and just jump right on top of somebody else today. Let your greatness that God has given you serve others in a way that not only pleases God, and as you serve that pleases him, oh my gosh. And then don't forget you are an answer to somebody else's prayer. Somebody is praying that you come into their life in some way today. And just be aware that you don't get to choose what that is. All you have to do is be available for God to be able to use you. You guys have an amazing day. Enjoy the song, and I will come back with the blessing to bless your day the best that I possibly can as soon as it's over.
Yeah. Dr.B in the building. We're becoming the person now. Let's go. Woke up with a purpose, sunlight on my face. The God who made the universe still knows me by my name. Every step is kingdom, every breath is grace. I do not rush the process, I just run in my own lane. 2 ears, 1 mouth, So I listen first. Hurting people hurt people, so I speak the healing words. I am a coach, a friend, a brother, a guide, helping people break the limits that were living inside. You have to be the one before you do the thing. Identity before assignment, that is how freedom sings. Every story is sacred, every life unique, and they do not care what you know until they know you are listening. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the podcast to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From mile-high flights to Chicago nights, from track lines chalk to the chaplain's light. 250 men with stories that ignite, now living boldly with purpose taking off in sight. Relationship first, that is the way I lead. Connection is the soil where the soul gets freed. I am a husband, father, and granddad too. 30 people at Thanksgiving, that's what love can do. I say you are God's greatest gift because it is true. Every room gets brighter when you walk through. I am living this mission until the final breath, helping others rise so their best becomes their next level. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the pastures to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From Denver to the nations, let the good news spread. Faith over fear, that is the voice in my head. If you knew the stories and the places I have been, you would know every setback was a setup to win. I show up with bass and I show up with fire. I show up with truth for the ones who inspire. Legacy in motion, generations rise. God's fingerprints are all over my life. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Walking in the promise He keeps over me. Every step is purpose, every breath is praise. And the world gets brighter when we live this way. We are becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where our freedom stays. Let's go! Dr.B. Becoming the person. Every day.
All right. Well, for today, I want to say, may the Lord bless and keep you. May His face shine upon you and give you peace. May you walk in His favor every step that you make today. And for this day, just make it a great day because the God who made the universe knows you by your name. Have an amazing, awesome, awestruck, just incredible day today. And know that you, my friend, are loved. We'll see you tomorrow.